Thank you. So imagine you're a 9-year-old boy in an empty house on Christmas Eve. And you're alone and you don't know what to do because you know that maybe there will be some burglars coming up. If you think that you know this story, that's because this was Home Alone. Actually, did this talk in Oslo a couple of weeks ago, and that's why the title is in Norwegian. But the problem with Kevin in this house is, how do you protect the house when you don't have either the time or the money to have some fancy security system? And so what you think is probably having something minimal in order to protect your house from breaking in. And that's what I would call it, the minimum viable security. Having something minimum in order to have some maximum efficiency and to protect your house. So if you think that minimum security doesn't have anything to do one with each other, I can explain what I mean by that. I'm David Melamed. I'm the co-founder and the CTO at Jit. And I'm really an addict about technology and automation. And this is basically what I did in the company Jit. We're trying to protect your developers and the product they're building using code. So we built a continuous security platform for developers. Going back to Kevin in his house, so what he did basically is building some battle plan about everything that he needs to do in order to protect his house. Now, if you think about your own application, you probably have something very similar. You think in terms of list of things you need to do in order to protect your application, right? And so if you have a serverless application, if you're looking for security, the first thing you would find is the OWASP Serverless Top 10, right? Who knows here the OWASP Serverless Top 10 list, right? Great, awesome. So when you're looking at this is a list of all the different risks that impact your application serverless. And it's based on the original OWASP top 10 risks. And if you're looking just at the list of those risks, you probably wonder, how can you protect your application, right? What do I need to do? I have some recommendations here, but I'm not sure what tools do I need to use. Is there already something that I can use in order to protect my application? And if you're a developer, what you really would like is not to see a list of risks and a list of things you need to do. You would like to see some code, right? And so basically what you would like to do is to convert this list into some YAML file and at the end be able to run that, right? Being able to map all these different risks to security tools. And when you have those tools, you want to run that and not take care about everything else, just protect your application. Well, basically, you're not the only one, and that's what we're doing at Jit. We're taking a security plan that is a list of risks or a list of things that you need to do. We're trying to translate that and map to different, a list of different actions and security requirements. And at the end, we're managing to find the list of the tools that you want to run in your environment. Okay, and make sure at the end that it runs correctly, right? So basically, our mission is to express a declarative security plan as code, being able to take a list of risks and convert it into a code, invoke that just in time for the developers to run those tools and make sure that they get information in order to fix the vulnerabilities and the security issues and misconfigurations just in time, and at the end be able to have some continuous security in order to protect the product they're building. So what we're currently supporting, as you can see, we're running all those different tools, we're packaging them. Those are all open source tools, so anyone can use it right now, it's completely free. We're packaging them inside the application. We're running the plan that is expressed as code. and automatically, without a few clicks, you can protect your application. So if I'm coming back to the OWASP Top 10 Serverless, what we did is to map all these different risks into different categories. From these categories, being able to find the tool that currently is open source and can be run to protect most of the risks that is expressed in the list. And at the end, you don't have tons of different tools that you need, so you don't have maximum security, you can have the minimum security. You can start with something minimum, have a list of a couple of tools where you can start with today in order to protect your application. And basically, we're running that automatically, either in your CI/CD or from our cloud directly. And because you're developers, what we wanted also is to provide the best experience. So instead of having to look into multiple outputs, logs, and everything, we provide all the different results directly inside your PR as a review comment. And as you can see, very easily you can interact with the bot in order to detect false positive and ignore some of the results if you think that they are not relevant right now. And as such, you get all the information just in time to fix it before it actually gets to production. And you also get some alerts on Slack, right? At the end, you can get a list of all the different items that you need from your plan, and you can see how you progress inside your posture, how you can manage to improve it all the time, right? Our vision at the end is very simple. We want to make sure that every project at the end is starting with minimum viable security. You don't need maximum security. You want the security that starts with something minimum, and then you iterate. Just like in any agile project, you want to start with some MVP, some minimum viable product, and at the end, you're adding more and more security. So basically here, it's the same thing. Start small and iterate. Thank you very much.